Hello. Today I'll be talking more about what true prophecy is from the Bible. So, for example, like the prophets in the Bible, such as Jeremiah, um, he was letting God speak through him, and not a lot of people understand how that's done. So, you can see in the false, or not false videos, but in the videos of the other prophets today, they're just making it up as they go. So it's not really true prophecy. So God will speak through the prophet. It has to be yielding. So the prophet will yield to God. So the false prophets you see on YouTube are not yielding to anything. They're just making it up as they go. So, and there's no possession. There has to be a possession in order to verify that it's from God, the first step. So, from the Bible, from Jeremiah 1, he received the word of the Lord when he was 17 years old. And it came to him, and God was speaking through him, saying, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." And Jeremiah was arguing with him. So the only way this could occur, because God speaks in first person as you read through the Bible and how he communicates with the prophets, God is speaking first person. So either he's speaking from heaven out loud, which no one has ever seen before, or he's speaking through the prophet. So the prophet yields, and God will speak through him to talk about sin. And that's one of the indications that it's from God and not some random spirit being possessed by that person. Because God will talk about sin, he'll talk about that person's sin over and over again, and the sin of a nation, and the disasters that will come. So this reoccurring theme is throughout the Bible with the prophets. Prophets that are in front of a group of people, God will speak in first person because God is speaking through the prophet. So again, he's speaking in first person. "See, today I appoint you over nations and kingdoms to uproot and tear down, to destroy and overthrow, to build and to plant." So first person, it's all first person. And Jeremiah is receiving visions, and God is talking about that through him, not from heaven, because I don't think we've ever experienced that at all, at least not in front of the cameras. "Their kings will come instead of the throne." So again, God is talking in first person. And you see these prophets on YouTube, they're not yielding to anything. So they're automatically false, and they're not talking about sin. So it has to line up with the Bible in order for it to be verified. So that's what the Lord says, and God speaks through Jeremiah in first person over and over again. So that's the point that I was trying to make. This is a recurring theme throughout the Bible. God speaks in first person through the prophet to talk about people's sins in person, or the sin of a nation, in this case, Israel, which no prophet is doing on YouTube, which makes them false prophets. You have to be yielding to his spirit. That's the first step. And the second step is spirit has to be talking about that person's sin, which is statistically impossible. But I've seen it happen before. It has happened that the prophet yielding to God talks about that person's sin, and that person verifying, yes, he's talking about my sin.